Hello everyone. Today's presentation will be on FaceTime, the video calling app for Apple devices. We'll be covering what FaceTime is, the pros and cons of FaceTime, how to set it up with an Apple ID, change FaceTime settings and notifications, how to call someone on FaceTime, the layout of FaceTime, and a paused FaceTime video and poor connection. To begin, FaceTime is a video or audio calling application only on Apple devices. On these Apple devices, they are pre-installed and offer free unlimited calls as well as group calls of up to 32 people. Some pros and cons of FaceTime. As mentioned earlier, it is a free application pre-installed in your Apple devices. Some other pros of FaceTime is not having to remember any additional passwords because it uses your Apple ID, and third parties can't access your data due to its end-to-end encryption. Some cons to FaceTime is only being exclusive to Apple, meaning it can't be used to call people who don't use Apple devices. And there's also a lack of screen sharing and chat system, and it's not intended for business use because you can't share files or any links to people. To set up FaceTime on Mac, you must find the FaceTime app in Finder or Launchpad, which is the area storing all of your apps. And when you're in the FaceTime app, you'll be given the option to log in with your Apple ID and password. But if you don't already have one, you can always create a new Apple ID. To change the email or phone number you would FaceTime with, click the FaceTime menu in the top left corner of your screen, then click on Preferences. That's how it would look on the top left. And once you're in FaceTime Preferences, this screen should open and give you the options to disable your account or sign out, agree to accept calls from an iPhone, learn about FaceTime privacy, and add or change blocked calls, and more. Now about notifications on the Mac. To change FaceTime notifications, go to System Preferences, then Notifications, and find FaceTime. In Settings, there is a search bar at the top right corner to make navigating through System Preferences easier. Now on setting up FaceTime on an iPhone, iPad, or iPod, much like on a Mac, you can log in through the FaceTime app or settings. And from the FaceTime menu, you can also change your email and phone number or turn FaceTime off. Find notifications, and then FaceTime to alter the notifications you would receive from FaceTime. To call someone on FaceTime, in the app, you can call back on a recent video and audio calls by just tapping on them. And to call a contact, email, or number, type it into the search bar and above the recents, or tap the little plus sign in the top right corner. And you can then add multiple contacts to the call and choose between a FaceTime or audio call. Call from an iMessage, you go to iMessage and then tap on the contact icon of who you'd like to call, and a little window should pop up and give you the option to FaceTime, audio call, or just look up contact information. And then on a Mac, instead of clicking on the contact icon, you click over here in details and it will give you the options. Now in incoming calls, On iPhone, iPad, and iPod, incoming calls will look like normal calls, but with a text saying the person's name would like to FaceTime. On a Mac, the incoming call will be shown on the top right corner of your screen and appear as this. As a FaceTime layout, these icons, this one would mean hide or show the sidebar or add another person. This one would allow you to mute or unmute yourself. This icon would end the call. This one would turn your camera on or off. Make FaceTime window larger or smaller. This one would take a picture of the other person, like a screenshot per se. This one opens effects, can add stickers, or even use a memoji. And this one flips the camera on an iPhone, iPad, or iPod. And this memoji is only available on the iPhone 10 or later. A pause video is on an iPhone or iPod. If you go out of FaceTime, leave the app while you're still on the phone, you will pause your video for the other person. On a Mac, as long as you have the FaceTime window open and you don't have other applications on a full screen, then the person you're on FaceTime can still see you. Pause video on an iPad. When you're on an iPad, there will be a small screen at the corner displaying the FaceTime. You can move this screen around to each corner and move it out of the way, only showing a small tab. It would look from this to this, so you're moving it to the side. But older models wouldn't have the small screen feature and just pause when you're off the app. Now, poor connection. When there's a poor connection, the call will be more pixelated or even freeze and have this screen. So it may pause the video altogether with a text saying there is poor connection and will keep the audio of the call continuing. And it may also just begin reconnecting to establish the better connection. But some alternatives for non-Apple users, there is Zoom, Google Meet or Duo, Skype, WhatsApp, Facebook Messenger, and much more. You can check out our past video calling webinars to learn more from Zoe. Thank you for your time. If anything else is needed, please do not hesitate to book a one-on-one tech call through cyberseniors.org or call us toll-free at this phone number. Thank you so much.